What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Crimson Moon lands on September 1st, and it costs $20. That price alone got my attention, but the more developer material I went through the stranger, this game started to look. Because almost every preview out there is calling this a co-op Souls-like. The people who made it keep calling it something completely different. So today we are going through 10 things you actually need to know about how Crimson Moon plays. A few of these change what kind of game you think you're buying. One of them quietly deletes the most famous mechanic in the entire genre, and all of this comes straight from the developers themselves rather than from reviews. Nobody has played a final build yet. Let us get into it. Number one, and this one reframes everything else on the list, Crimson Moon is a roguelike. The trailers make it look like a linear gothic campaign that you play through once and finish. It is not that at all. You run the same fallen city over and over, and you get permanently stronger between attempts, and this is not me putting a label on it from the outside. One of the creators uses the word himself in their developer question and answer video. He talks about your roguelike progression and the roguelike structure of the game. That matters because almost nobody covering this right now is telling you every headline says co-op Souls-like and stops there. The Souls combat is real, but it is the surface layer. Underneath it is a run-based roguelike with meta progression. If that is not your genre, you genuinely need to know before you spend anything. Number two, here's the actual shape of a run. The Fallen City is called Gildenark, and it is split into wards. You pick one at the ward table back at base, and you head in. Each ward is a chain of missions, rather than one long level. Inside, you get regular enemies and elite encounters. There are mini bosses and hidden secrets too. At the end of the ward, a much bigger boss is waiting for you, and past that boss sits something the developers only call the Abraxas stone. They have not explained what it does yet. Now, on how many wards there are, the official videos only ever say multiple. The one number anyone has given came from a creator in the question and answer video. He mentioned 6 main districts of Gildenark. Whether districts and wards are the same unit has not been spelled out, so treat that as the only figure we have rather than a confirmed count. Number 3 is the one I did not see coming. Every run gives you a life pool. Dying does not end your run straight away because that pool absorbs it, and you keep pushing deeper, but when the pool finally empties, the run is over. And here is the part that matters. The official explainer says you will not return to reclaim lost loot. That run is simply finished. Think about what that means for a second. The single most iconic mechanic in the whole Souls-like genre is the corpse run, sprinting back to your bloodstain to recover everything you dropped. Crimson Moon just does not have it. That is a genuinely bold thing to cut. It also tells you the developers are serious about the roguelike framing because losing a run cleanly is exactly how roguelikes work. Whether that feels freeing or feels harsh is going to depend entirely on you. Number 4, and this is the system that makes the whole loop hold together. Loot drops constantly while you are out there. It comes from chests and from elite enemies and bosses. You will also find it tucked away in secret areas, but picking a weapon up is only half of the system. Back at base, you can purify the gear that you found. Purifying permanently adds that item to your collection. From then on, it is available in your loadout at the start of any future run, so a run that goes badly is not a wasted run. You can die at the end of a ward and still walk away permanently richer. Some armor also belongs to larger sets with synergy bonuses. The official material describes those sets as supporting specific approaches, from aggressive high-risk builds through to heavier defensive ones. Number 5, and this one will save you some confusion on day one. There are 2 separate currencies, and they do very different jobs. Souls are your temporary currency. You spend them inside a run and around it. That covers things like topping up consumables and putting temporary upgrades onto your gear. The librarian back at base will also sell you extra boons for souls. Gold is the opposite. Gold is your permanent long-term upgrading currency. One of the creators explained the split directly in their question and answer video. Souls are tied to the things that are temporary and run focused. Gold is what you use to build power that actually sticks around. So if you find yourself hoarding one of them, now you know which one carries over. Number 6, that transformation everyone saw in the trailers has a name. It is called Angel Ascension, and it is not quite what most people assumed. A creator was asked directly whether you go fully invincible in angel form. The answer was no. He described it as pretty sturdy and said you take very minimal damage, but you can still die in it, go in on low health, and play recklessly, and it can absolutely happen. Your angel also scales off your equipment. Higher rarity gear makes your angel form hit harder and survive longer. Then there is the part that got buried in the answers. There's a second angel form you can unlock, and it is called Sunder. And at the loadout station before every mission, you choose which angel you're taking in with you. So this is a build decision, not just a flashy meter that fills up. Number 7, let us talk about how it feels to actually swing. There are over 30 unique weapon types split across one-handed and two-handed. Each one can roll with extra boons and stat bonuses and damage modifiers. So the combination space gets very large very quickly. Now here's one direct answer for anybody hoping for it. Dual wielding is not planned. A creator said it is simply not on the slate right now. The focus is one-handed or two-handed and nothing else. Stamina is in the game and it is core to the combat, but the team says they are deliberately more generous than most Souls games. They want you stringing attacks together instead of standing around waiting. Dodging and jumping and blocking do all still cost you. And stamina is something you can upgrade through boons if you want a high stamina playstyle. Number 8, your base is called Sanctus Clypeus, and it is worth knowing who lives there. It is the stronghold of the Knights of the Crimson Moon. It was once called Crimson Hall, and it now doubles as a place of study for the Lunitarian Church. 4 people there actually matter to how you play. Gallant is the founder of the Order, and he acts as your mentor. He is also the one handing out bounty quests. Mareda is the resident historian, and she is obsessed with the lost history of Eden. Bring her ancient lore scrolls, and she rewards you with boons. And those scrolls are not just flavor text. Collecting them unlocks new dialogue and adds new boons that can appear during a run. Lottie is a treasure hunter who stocks trinkets and throwables and consumables. And then there is Gajov, a vampire blacksmith who raises the rarity of your purified gear. A vampire blacksmith. I did not need anything else to be sold on this hub. Number 9 is co-op because this is where a lot of you are going to live. The whole game is playable solo or with one other person. Bringing a friend does not trivialize it either. The developers scale the enemy count up and raise the difficulty to compensate. There is no direct trading between players, but you can drop items on the ground for your partner to pick up, and chests can produce multiple drops, so you are not fighting over one sword. Worth knowing there is no traditional inventory here in the way you might expect. Instead, you get bag slots for carrying things you do not want to equip yet. That is how you haul gear home to purify it later. And number 10, the reason to keep playing once you have beaten it. The meta progression has over 60 unlockables sitting inside it. That covers new stat upgrades and additional lives and full armor sets. It also covers upgrades to your angel, including that second Sunder form, and your experience stays with you even after you die. Then there is the difficulty system, which is where the real endgame lives. Rarity is capped at each difficulty tier. If you want fully legendary equipment, you have to climb to the higher difficulties to earn it. So difficulty here is not a comfort slider, it is the progression itself. One more thing on structure that is worth knowing before you buy. The levels themselves are handcrafted rather than procedurally generated. What changes between runs is everything inside them. Loot and objectives and enemies all get randomized on top of a designed space, and the whole package is $20 standard or $30 for the deluxe. That covers PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. On PC, it is Steam and the Epic Games Store. All of it lands on September 1st. And those are the 10 things you need to know about how Crimson Moon actually plays. Just to be completely clear about where all of that came from, every one of those points is from the developers' own videos and explainers. None of it is from reviews because nobody outside the studio has played a final build yet, so we will not really know how it all holds together until it is in our hands. I will be covering this one the whole way through launch, so subscribe and turn on notifications. Now I want to hear from you. Does the roguelike structure make you more interested in this or less? And is $20 enough to make you take the chance on it? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.